it hard for you to kind of find yourself in a situation where you needed help?
Yeah, initially, because I never had before.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's hard.
and then I had problems. I mean, I've had problems with physically with my back. I don't know if I should. I've been hit in Westchester like 4 times, riding my bike and walking.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, by vehicles, and every time I got hit, my back got worse, and I go through periods where I really can't stand straight or walk or
Yeah.
sometimes my back it just goes out. It's just like one
Yeah.
of those things,
Yeah.
So I applied for Social Security because I was having trouble uh, trying to stay employed because of the problems with my back and whatnot.
Yeah.
Social Security kept denying me and whatnot. Eventually I got it, but all in all, like Horizon House was there were a couple people there that were like that I got pretty close to, and that I've had a relationship with. All like one of the guys, two of the guys, I've had a relationship with all the way back to like 1996 to now.
Can I ask how old you are?
I am 69.
69? Okay. Well, you don't look 69.
They say black don't crack, right?
Something like that. Yeah, they say that. I've heard that.
That's what I always say. So I just turned 50, so hopefully it's true.
So can you talk a little bit about which Open Hearth programs, like, I guess how they help you?
So you're just connected with the permanent housing subsidy, is that
I'm
right?
just connected with the permanent, housing subsidy.
So then,
Basically, I haven't really had, I don't even know what other programs are available as far as Open Hearth, but I have received like information from Open Hearth periodically, outlining some things that they do provide, and I don't really think that any of them like were really things that I necessarily needed.
I think a lot of the program that most people I think would access on top of the permanent housing would be our savings program, where we match.
Yeah.
If you're saving for a car specifically, a lot of our people we help with housing, the next thing they want is a car, and so we will match.
I understand
Yeah.
that, and I might look into that. At the time that when that was first introduced to me, I had no
Did you ever? You don't have to tell me because this is private client stuff. If you don't want to tell me, did you ever have a conversation with Laura or Sarah or even Amber where they might have directed you for some help or given you some support that you feel like talking about?
The biggest support that I really needed and I'm really appreciative of was that I couldn't find a place. The place I lived in, for 12 years, and the landlord turned the property over to a rental management company, and they just wanted everybody that was on subsidized, in a subsidized situation out because they didn't want to deal with it. Okay, so then I had to move, and I couldn't find a place, so they set me up in a hotel. So I was in a hotel for about a month and a half before I actually came across this place, and I had to put my stuff in storage. Oh man, that was. And then like the other thing that they really helped me with is like to get my stuff out of storage and moved here. They were able to get in touch with a program that supplied labor. So the moving company to help move me, because I'm gonna tell you, I thought I was gonna die when I first moved out of Spring City. I was on the 3rd floor, and not only was it the 3rd floor, but once you hit the 1st floor, there were steps.
And you have a bad back.
A bad back. I have 2 bad knees. I have like arthritis in my shoulders. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah. My doctor calls it degenerative joint disease. Like, it's all over. Okay, carpal tunnel, the whole 9. Right? I got it. You name it.
No
Anything.
elevator.
I'm shrinking. I've lost like an inch and a half off my height.
Oh wow. Smaller. Interesting. Yeah. Wow.
But the apartment you were in had only steps, no elevator to get you down.
No elevator. Nope.
And you moved that stuff down, or we helped you move the stuff down?
I moved the stuff down and paid initially for someone to help me, but that basically exhausted my funds. I didn't have any more money after I had gotten my stuff moved into storage. So I asked about it, because I'm like, I can't do this by myself. So, and they came up.
Covered.
I have a question. I don't know if you want to talk about it on film or not, but you want to tell us about your art and or your music a little bit, and how you if it's a profession, if it's a hobby, if it's therapy, if it's all the above. Maybe
It is. It's therapy. It's a hobby. It was like, I've been painting since I was a kid because my father was an artist. Okay, my father was an artist, and basically, I followed, just emulated what he did. You know what I mean? He was pretty good. And so I've always been around art, and I've always wanted to do it. When I was all through like school, elementary school and high school, I've had my artwork used in like school newspapers and stuff like that. And then, well, that's just something I've always done. The music, I started playing guitar in college. I lived in a house with where there were a few musicians, and they used to have house jams all the time. And I got tired of just shaking a bottle of coins. So a friend of mine taught me how to, play a couple chords. Told me, you learn how to play these chords, you can switch. Then I'll show you how to play a song. And that's how it started, and I've just been building on it. There was a time where I didn't play for like about 10, 12 years. I had carpal tunnel and couldn't actually play for more than 5 minutes, so I couldn't build up anything. Then I got the operation. I had an operation on this hand, so now I can play. But now I have I've concocted another disease. I have CCL, and the medication is chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL. The medication I have to take actually makes me cramp up, particularly if I don't hydrate enough. So sometimes, like when I'm playing guitar, my hands will just like lock up and I can't play anymore. I don't play as much as I used to. I used to play in front of people. I really don't do that much anymore. And when I actually, it is the guitar, the music, and the painting are my personal medicine for your mental health, and they are a big part of keeping me emotionally in the pocket, so to speak. So, but yeah,
Who wants to buy it?
sometimes I post my art on Stages Arts Initiative. Stages Arts Initiative is a group that I belong to. We developed it, and we received funding through the county, and I actually mentor groups in Coatesville, the Stepping Stones Clubhouse. I have as a matter of fact, I have a thing over here on Monday, and then at Human Services up here on what is that? Something. Well, it's Thorndale. I mentor. I go in there and I do an art session. So I do. Those are through the county. I do those a couple times a month. Yeah, and I used to also do jam sessions with the music. This was all when we were working out of Horizon House, Community Crossroads in Westchester. We had the building, like one of the head of Horizon House, Chester County, was one of the establishing board members of Stages Arts Initiative. So we basically had space in that building, that to store stuff and to run programs out of. And it was nice, but Horizon House has moved out of Chester County, and that building is no longer available to us.
It's a shame.
It is a shame. It's a shame because that was a really nice setup.
So you run classes for kids, or you like mentor
Not kids,
one
not kids, but people.
adults?
Yeah, adults with mental health issues.
Okay. So you teach them how to do different art projects?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Very cool.